Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Baldur's Gate 3, where the Harpers will indeed not be waiting long, because we will be shuffling out with them soon enough. There is something else to do though, before that.
I bet they're close.
I wasn't aware, but I can give multiple bits of Infernal Iron to Dammon and get multiple bits of gear. So let's see if we've got any more to spare. Okay, it looks as though the answer is no, we don't have any more to spare, otherwise we'd have got the conversation option available. But if we can find any more, as we search the Shadow Cursed lands, then that is certainly something we will do.
I'll be here if you need anything else.
Thanks, Dammon. You're alright. So let's see about this ambush then. I've never done this before. I've come across the ambush from different directions.
Out without Isabel's blessing? Have you got a death wish?
Got a torch, innit? I'll be fine without it.
I won't tell you your business, but I hope you're right.
Thank you for your concern. Now, who's in charge? Is it Lysandra?
Say the word, and we set the ambush in motion.
Okay, it's Branthos. That's fine with me. Yeah, let's take on that convoy.
Splendid. I'll mark your map should you lose the way. Harper's with me. Stray no more than an arm's length from your course.
Yeah. So I guess then, we don't specifically need to follow, because we could just go to the map point in a bit. But here we go. We'll follow. Come on, crew. They're fast runners.
Keep steady. We're closing in.
We've got some dead folks. Memnos.
God.
He was at the Grove.
How many? Get into position.
Aha. An ambush spot. Excellent. So I guess at some point soon a convoy may come past. I don't know if there's a specific spot we need to stand in to trigger the ambush. The map certainly seems to suggest there is, but I don't want to just stand in the middle of the road. That's not very ambush of us. Yeah, standing there doesn't seem to help, so back into the inn we go. If this was an inn. Did they say it was an inn, or am I just making that up? Maybe I have to talk to Branthos again. Aha!
To your church every day, my queen. Your followers are legion.
Go. We'll wait for your signal.
What's my signal going to be? Just wrecking them up?
Your faithful stand ready, Majesty. Soon we march. Soon the world will bow to you.
Yeah, that guy's awful.
Here, web ass. Something moved up there. Want me to drag it out?
Web ass. Let's go, guys.
Heretics in the dark. Tell them. Destroy the blasphemers! Drive them into the dark! Do not let them take our lights!
So Canis is the worst of them. He's cast Sanctuary on himself though, so we can't actually do anything to him at this point. But we can take down some of these minions that follow behind without too much difficulty, one would hope. Although a lot of them are out of melee range right now, so I guess we'll just throw a guided light, a guiding bolt at someone. And we'll leave them on 2 HP. I thought we had... Oh no, that's Will, that's why. I was going to say I thought we had Call the Weak turned on now. But I'm not controlling Gale. It's a good tip for combat. Know which of your characters you're actually controlling. It tends to be a useful thing. Now, Shadowheart. You could get in there and bash someone with your... Well, stab them with your knife. We could give someone a guiding bolt. So let's see. Board's 24 damage. 18. Can we do 18 damage with it? No, we can't. We can do 0 damage with it. Now, Lae'zel, you can get in there and smack people, except you haven't got the distance. So, I guess we'll just throw out... Sacred Flame's got very little chance of hitting, though. Because they're gobbos. Could hit Cansif, though. Who is apparently a Spindle Web fanatic. Deals extra psychic damage. We've got a bow and arrow. Excellent. We could fire a second shot if we felt like it. But I don't think we will.
No.
What you can do, Harpers? Nice. Now, Gale. It's your time to shine, perhaps. How might we shine today? Maybe an upcast guiding bolt to give us more chance of one-shotting it? It's only a slight extra chance. But I suppose by giving it radiant damage, then we orb the buggers. And we did kill it. How exactly did that work? Oh, its mind collapsed. Yeah, because of Call of the Week. Fantastic. Once again, I'd forgotten about Call of the Week, but now we've seen it in action, and it turns out it's totes amaze balls.
Guard against the darkness.
That was good damage.
I fear neither shadow nor death.
Blimey. These Harpers are effective. Now what's Carlos going to do? Not a lot of any merit. We're all kind of on fire. Is that the biggest issue in the world? I don't think so. We will spend a blessing on that. Left him on 4 HP. That's fine, I guess. Now, what can we do about this one? Good. Excellent. Now, Sanctuary is off. Can't use it for another turn. We could shuffle out of this fire, though, if we felt like it. Oh, that's a crit. We like that. Maybe another. Not a crit, but still a hit. Because we've got advantage when we use an invisible weapon, so that was pretty good. We like that. Excellent. Hunter's mark on one target, and then shoot the other. What a clever Harper. So, let's get out the fire by going where exactly? Let's go down there. Who have we got left, enemy-wise? Is it just Karnis and Betty? It is. Good chance of dodging Sacred Flame. No chance of dodging this. And yeah, why not? Let's make it a crit. Just Karnis remains. Thanks. We're not going to waste our blessings on the Harpers, I don't think. And they're sanctuarying themselves again, so I guess no one can do anything this turn. Because if Karnis is sanctuaried, then we're just all ending our turns, basically. Okay, they're running around. Some of them are going up, some of them are coming down. As long as they're having fun. Karnis certainly doesn't seem to be having fun, because he's just missing everything he tries. High defense. Not much chance of anything connecting for Will here. So we may as well just use a cantrip. Oh, I was going to say, if we're going to miss, let's miss with a cantrip rather than waste a spell slot. But then we connected anyway. So, good job, Will, I guess. 55% though on Toll the Dead. So of course that one misses. Wisdom 16, Dex 16. So generally good saving throws all round for this bugger. But that's fine. Defend against this. Okay, they nearly defended against it. And there we go. The invisibility is worn off on our weapon, unfortunately. So we can actually see the dang thing now. Sad times. I mean, it's still a good weapon. But for 2 rounds, it will be visible. Possibly, if I miss another attack, it will refresh that and it'll be another 2 rounds. But we will see. Now, we could use a wounding ray, just for the fun of it. 5 damage. What fun. Now another sanctuary, because of course.
Victory awaits.
At least this is one of the rounds of non-invisible weapon gone. And it gives our friends a bit of chance to do a bit of healing. I feel like the game should be like, yeah, if you're the only enemy left in combat, then just don't do Sanctuary. Dang it. I wanted a hit there so that we could gain advantage on our next attack. Let's try again. There we go. And now, even though her weapon's still visible... Oh wait, no, it's turned invisible again. Oh well. I was going to say, either way we would have advantage. And then the minute advantage drops, we miss. Bloody... Sort your life out, lays out. Ray of Fear. We've not used that at any stage. And he saved against it, because, yeah, as previously discussed, good saving throws. Good defense, good saving throws. It's just a bit of an arsehole, this guy. At least we're getting in those extra attacks with Psionic Backlash. Oh, trying a jump. That's a bold move when everyone's got opportunity attacks against you. Will hits with another Sacred Flame. What's going on? Shadowheart misses with hers, as is tradition. Canis could be down this round. Let's see what we can do. There we go.
Grab the lantern!
One less light in the darkness. 1,000 more to come.
What have we got? Cruel Sting and the Moon Lantern.
The lantern gives off a chilly glow, protecting all in its vicinity from the surrounding shadows.
Incredible magic. I can feel the light lifting the shadows, even those within me. Be safe and be brave. We expect no less.
You notice a tiny pixie trapped within.
Huh.
Oh please, oh golly me, oh my. You must release me or I'll die. This lantern only lights the way when I am hurting night and day.
Well, we can't have that. You poor thing, why would someone hurt you so?
My pixie dust is bright as day. My injuries can light the way.
Quite clever. And cruel, of course. But creatively so.
So what is this mechanism at the base of the lantern?
I dare not name it, newfound friend. The faintest touch could spell my end.
I mean, we do need the lamp. We don't want to turn the mechanism because that might just cause more pain for Dolly. I think we're going to release her, you know, even though we need the lamp.
Finally! Been trapped in that coffin with no one but a Madge Rider and my own farts for company.
Did me a good turn there, didn't you? What do I owe you?
We need to get through the shadow curse. Is that something you can help with?
Sure I can, but will I?
Go on.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yay.
Here, give this bell a shake. Speak the magic words and you'll get what you've earned. Protection from the shadow curse. What more could a dingus want? You're welcome.
Excellent. So we've got ourselves a little bell.
Are they all so eccentric, I wonder?
As it happens, we don't need the bell right now because, yeah, the Pixie Blessing is already active, but should we ever leave this area and return, we can ring the bell to get back our power. Thermo-Arcanic Gloves. Whenever you deal fire damage, you gain heat. Not really our thing. We don't have any fire priests of any sort. Don't even know if you can get fire priests. Either way, we press on. We won't worry about what D&D may or may not offer. A chest. That's something we want. We like chests. And we made the roll. Good. Bit of gold. Nothing major. It did remind us though that I've not selected my knowledge of the ages. Dexterity. That could help for the next chests that we come across. If there's one thing this game will always have, it's more chests. What does our map say about our location? So the last light in was up there. We came into the area up there. I think if we'd come in via the mountain pass, we'd have come in over here somewhere. But south and west seems to sort of be a place we want to go. A dead Gith. Risen Road. A temple. Okay, so if we'd somehow missed the Risen Road and the mountain pass and the temple, that would have been a further way of informing us of its existence. Now, I've got some Shadow Cursed Ravens down here, but they're all dead, it seems.
God, this foolishness is enough to give wizards a bad name.
Roland? The heck is he doing down here? Idiot. We're going to need to rush in and save the day, probably. So it might be time for a Misty Step. Surprise, Mother Trucker. Get stabbed. Didn't do a lot, but it got its attention. Now, there is a second enemy out there somewhere. There's the first. Where's the second? It's a mystery. Oh, camera. There's the second. 16 damage. Roland didn't like that. Now, they're pretty vulnerable to Radiant. And with Cold the Weak, we could possibly one-shot this bugger. Yeah, we can. He didn't enjoy that. We could come over here. Does high ground matter with spells, or is it just bows and arrows? You'd think I'd know this at this point. I think it's just bows and arrows, you know.
God damn it all! I can do nothing right! Not a damn thing!
Please tell me you weren't looking for Moonrise, Roland.
So what if I was? Cal and Leah could be there. Instead, I found myself cornered by shadow fiends and in need of rescue. From you, of all bloody people.
It's what we do. I mean, you're too hard on yourself, though. You were trying to help your family.
Or not hard enough. I've failed Cal and Leah again. Be on your way. I'll return to Last Light. I know when I'm outmatched.
Yeah, now you stay out of trouble this time, you spoon.
You sensed that this one was once a fisherman, taught by his father. She was a healer, trying to aid the wounded in the battle against the Sharans. But there were so many.
Very well. Was that another one?
You sense a faded memory of marching in an army against Ketheric Thorm. Victory seemed possible then.
Cool. So we've made it about as far south as we can go, I think. Moonrise Towers appears to be over there. The Masons Guild is up there. The House of Healing is there. So this is all sort of one part of Act 2, and then the left-hand side is the other bits. The ruined town that used to surround Moonrise. So rather than cross into that town right now, we'll pop back up here. See if I've missed anything important.
Dark Justicius, who fell long ago in service of Shah and Ketheric Thorm.
Interesting. And then further up, let's see. There's another chest. Gubbins. We'll take it. Another bridge into the second area of this section. Oh. A trap.
So much for a warm welcome.
As soon as you see someone fail a perception check, it's just like, yep, everyone hit the deck. And that's disarmed. And we find ourselves in... I don't know, it looks like maybe a windmill? Harper interrogating Dal Timber. Okay, that interrogation didn't go terribly well. There's a stained towel in here, so perhaps the interrogation was a bit worse than we might think. Or we might hope, I should say. And this chest contains the Ring of Twilight. Bonus to armor class whilst obscured. Fascinating. And then that looks to be maybe a forge.
Prime spot for an ambush.
We don't like ambush. Also, we're nearly full on inventory again. I just noticed if I picked up that carafe of water, we would have gone over our limit. It's probably carrying heavy armor around that's doing it. What on earth were we doing that for? No. There we go, there's the ambush. It's some measles. That doesn't sound amazing. Doesn't sound like something we want in our life. Shovel. You're something we want in our life. You go invisible for us. And you sneak on in. It'd be terribly surprising for these buggers, I think, if they was just to get sneak attacked. And there we go. They are surprised. Which means we should get some attacks in before they can do anything. Let's use another Misty Step, because I'm sick of you just being in positions where you're not able to attack anything on the first turn of combat. Okay, we failed anyway. Outstanding. Shovel, you can't really do much else on your turn, but that's fine. You've served an excellent purpose. Are these things worth using regular spells on? They might be, you know. Low ground, too dark. So high ground and low ground can affect spells then, I guess. We need some radiant orbs on the go, perhaps. There we go, that's lit that bugger up at least. And then, yeah, get in there, Shadowheart. We need you to do things as well. Or not. Nah, we've been garroted. Lae'zel's been taken away from the rest of the party. She's over there now. So that's probably going to happen to Gale if we're not careful. Can we do anything about this? Right, still garroting. So is that a concentration thing, or is that just... Ah, moving more than 5 meters away will break it. It'll probably also give us an opportunity attack to them, but maybe that's the lesser of two evils?
Time to strike.
But then what else is Lae'zel going to do out here? She can't reach any of the others if she does move away.
On the move.
She took 11 damage. So maybe this wasn't worth it. And then she's got disadvantage on her attack. Yeah, that might not have been worthwhile. Now this bugger's moving over. And that one's garroted her now. Good job, Shovel. Yeah, everyone smack this bugger. Ooh, shield blow. Dang it. So, we are being garroted. Is that... Oh yeah, it's silencing us. That's the trouble with it. Because we can't say anything or do anything. And switching away from our torch is an action, apparently. We should have kept our torch on and just hit the bugger. You can switch freely between bow and staff without using an action up, but apparently switching between torch and staff, no. So I guess we can't do anything. Shad's gonna at least get in a stab. Are they dealing damage with each turn of garroting us? Maybe. So maybe it is worth running away from them. Oh, Pete's sake, Shovel. You're the worst. I take back everything nice I've ever said about you. Might be worth preserving life at this point, although that might not hit Lae'zel, so maybe she wants to move a bit closer. She's still being garroted. Bloody hell. But is she now in range of a preserve life? She's not even in range of preserve life still. That was a complete waste of time for Lae'zel to move away like that. This guy's not going down anytime soon. And she doesn't have any... Oh, she does have a healing potion. Good. And I guess you should just smack it. But you can't move back in now either, because you're out of thing. So maybe shoot one of the others? It's a bit dark to hit any of them, apparently. Apparently we're not within attack range of that one. So we're going to take a hit if we try and get it. Force Tunnel. Charges doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. But it's not actually an attack. So we could Force Shovel right through Will. Force Tunnel. Right through Will, perhaps. At least it says it's not an attack. Provokes attack of opportunity. It literally says does not provoke opportunity attacks. Or is it because to hit that spot I would have to move first? There we go. That was fun. It was an action, but it has broken the garrote, so probably worth it.
Need to stay focused.
Didn't break any of the others though, sadly. Good crit. We like that. Now we're garroted again. And we've been taken away, I think. Their turns aren't very exciting because they just do damage and that's it. Now Lae'zel. You can break your garrote this time. Good. Now you could cast a spell if you felt like it. We need to get at least one of these buggers down, I think. But it's just too dang dark around here. If we had the moon lantern, we'd be fine. But we broke it, so we're not. It's a bit of a pain. At least spells that require saving throws aren't affected by the darkness. So that's good. Good, we got one. That's what we needed. Because now they can't garrote all of us. So who's the next weakest over here? This one. We'll just stay alive. You're doing alright in that regard. Now, Lae'zel. That's good damage. That's more like it. And Shads has knocked that one prone, which is amazing. That's two that now that aren't being garroted. So the fight's getting easier. We could probably stab that one, but yeah, that one needs to go down because it's got less HP. It's trying to run away. So I guess Shovel can just smack that one. Will's just keeping this one busy. Now, that one can be reached. Good. But it can also be missed. Now it's back on its feet, so it's probably gonna... Yep, do its one move yet again. Excellent. That one got cold. Shads is actually doing good damage with these stabs because it's a Shadow Blade. So she has advantage on attack rolls against things in the dark. rather handy in this act.
Shovel is gonna murderize you.
Yeah, do it, Shovel. Nice try. Will is kind of in trouble at this point. Maybe he should try and run away.
Finding my way.
Good. I'm glad he survived that attack. Now this one... still too dark. Yeah. Come on, Laser. Missed again, which is amazing. Ah, I was really hoping Gale would hit just for the Radiant Orb. But alas. Although, hedged our bets, if he hadn't hit, Shadowheart can still stab it, so that's good. That one's popping in to try again. They keep going for Shads, and she's not having any of it. It's great.
2 steps at a time.
Now, can we do another of these? We can, that's good healing. Should we throw a bit of extra healing at Gale? Why not? Critical hit, 6 damage. I begin to think War Priests aren't necessarily the best kind of cleric. Ah. So this one might go down to a strike if we're lucky. How many Illithid powers have we got? Can't check, but if we could get in a good bash, we could potentially call the weak here. No. I should have done those two in the other order. That would have helped. Now Will's Garroted again. It's another one down. What a horrible little fight this is. Ah, 8% Shads. Come now. Oh, he didn't like that though. It's lit up. This fight would have been the worst thing in the world without Shovel. It was pretty bad, TBH. But it could have been worse. And now it's done. Thank goodness for that. So what was the purpose of this place? Well, I mean, there's a chest up there. That's kind of cool. Can we jump up to it? No, it's too high. Can we get to it from around here, perhaps? Ooh, torch. With continual flame. But yeah, it doesn't look as though we can get to that chest. Easily, at least. What if we got Lae'zel the Strong to pop up here? Can she throw it down there? No, but she can pick it up and jump back down. And then with it dropped, Gale will be able to lockpick it. 14. Perfectly doable. And what do we find? We find the Luminous Gloves. Whenever the wearer deals radiant damage, the target receives 2 turns of radiating orb. It's kind of cool. An Idol of Selûne.
Selûne idol, really? Are you in need of a paperweight?
Hush, Shadowheart. It's fine. Moon Maiden. Protect those of us who would not turn from you. Grant cunning to my brother Halfred in his efforts to conceal the rest of your relics. And now we've got a quest to investigate the Selûnite resistance. That sounds like something we could do. That'll be further into the town section of this map, I believe. But what's going on over here? Standing torches. And True Soul Corliss. Seems like a curious place for a True Soul.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
How did you end up here?
Trapped shadow mastiffs. Repels them with flame.
Hear that? The lights might fend them off, but those mastiffs are still lurking about.
Yeah, so how did you die then if you fended off the mastiffs?
Unslaked hunger, unquenched thirst.
That makes sense. How are the torches still burning?
Spell. Continual flame.
How can I extinguish these flames?
Destroy torches.
That makes sense. Where are you from? Just curious.
To water deep born. To moonrise cold.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Fallow Waterdeeper. Interesting. There goes a torch. I feel like destroying these torches is something we want to do. Otherwise, why would they be destroyable? They're quite sturdy though. We're not doing a lot of damage with our strikes. And straight away, it's combat. Outstanding. There's 3 of them. 2 mastiffs and an alpha? Or is it 4? It's 4. An alpha and 3 regulars. Can we light up the alpha? Yeah, we can. That owl wasn't that terrifying. Now it's trying to bugger off. Cheeky get. Well, we can't reach it, so... Let's see. Why didn't we have an action? Is it because we attacked the torch with laser? That would certainly explain it. We could cast Mass Healing Word. We've got an item that lets us do it for free, so why the heck not? A couple of the crew could use it. I feel like taking down the alpha is a sound strategy. Gale should be able to manage that with his next turn. Although he's now been knocked on his butt. Oh, is Shovel scared? Oh. But we've got advantage with Shads on attacks on the others, so yeah, she can leave the alpha to everyone else perhaps and just stab the nearest one. Now, Sacred Flame, 60%. Or do we go for Guiding Bolt? Guiding Bolt is overkill. So maybe we go for Guiding Bolt on one of the others. Although, we've got disadvantage. So yeah, Sacred Flame it is. Nice. That's the boss dog down. Yeah, let's just stab the nearest one with characters that can do that. 56% chance for Guiding Bolt. 60% chance of Sacred Flame, so yeah, we'll light them up. Shovel's still scared, the poor little thing. This fight, much easier than The previous. We like this. I should probably stab that one, to be honest. But they're about even on health. It's not the end of the world. Buggers have gone invisible. They're still here, but they've gone invisible. So I guess we'll just wait until we can see them again, perhaps.
I am fury. I am death.
They can't hide forever. There's one. Now there's just one hiding out there somewhere. There it is. Get it, crew. Good damage. Thought we'd go for a cheeky poke. And that's the job done. Now, is this the one that's got loot? The Shadow Cloaked Ring. The wearer's weapon and unarmed attacks deal extra damage against lightly or heavily obscured creatures and creatures made of shadow. That seems pretty good. For this act in particular. Let's see what rings Lae'zel has. The Ring of Evasion and the Strange Conduit. She's not really doing a lot of concentrating on spells, so we'll give her this one instead. And now we've kind of reached the northern coast of this bit. Is there anything else worth doing around there? I think there might be, you know. There's at least a couple of other things worth doing on this right-hand side. But that doesn't mean we have to do them right away. We could press on and see what's happening across the bridge. Can we cross here? It looks like maybe we can. Yep, and we gained XP just for walking across here. Quite away from another level, but maybe that's fine. We find ourselves at the Masons Guild. We'd heard of that, hadn't we? I believe that is the Selûnite Resistance. The Masons Guild seems to have been the centre of it. We should investigate further. Well, the door's open, so...
Masons Guild, it seems.
Guess exploring
These
further.
masons met a most violent end, judging by the impaled skeletons there.
Yeah, I guess they were found out then by the Sharons. And that's what led to this.
Let this be a warning. Those who defy Shah's will shall suffer darkness without her blessing.
No one wants that. So what do we find ourselves in here? Got a recipe for bark skin. That's a new elixir we could make. That we probably won't, because I don't even know how we do alchemy, to be honest. There's probably an option somewhere. Spellbook, character sheet. Yeah. How does one even craft potions? I could probably make healing potions, and they would be useful. But after 300 hours of playing the game, not really sure. I suppose getting the old torch back out could be helpful. A Shadowroot sack. That might be in more alchemy gubbins. And then there's a hatch. So that's leading back outside. There is an upstairs, by the look of things. I don't know how spectacular it is. Looks like that again just leads outside. So maybe that hatch is the answer. Maybe we should be using the light cantrip a bit more as well instead of a torch. Let's put the torch away. Let's use light on ourselves. Yeah, that lights up everything quite nicely. I suppose I could have done this some time ago and made that measle fight so much easier. But now we're all lit up. Only affects one target at a time though. Okay, maybe we're not all lit up. Maybe Shadowheart is the only one who's lit up right now. So we'll light ourselves instead. Because she prefers the darkness anyway, because she's an edgelord. Now, elevator. Ah, that just leads us back up here, does it? Okay, how did that happen? Control wheel. That sounded like someone up there. I heard a voice. We'll get back to the Masons Guild. What was that voice I heard? Iron fence. Arabella? What are you doing here?
Hey! I know you! You're... Twist 'em up!
Oh, blimey. That's a good trick.
Isn't that Arabella? The little girl Corgan nearly killed.
Sorry. It knocks the wind right out of me.
How are you even doing that? Where did you learn to do that?
That druid idol I took? It changed me. I can do all sorts of stuff now, not just the vines. I think real hard and say some loud words and then it happens. Mostly.
Maybe we should have nicked the idol. I mean, what are you doing out here anyway? It's not safe.
I was looking for Mum and Pops. When Zevlor... when he... well... there was an ambush. Mum yelled, "Run!" So we ran. I could hear him run behind me. Till I couldn't. Still can't find him. But I bet you can. You'll help me, I just know it.
Of course we will. You can count on us.
Thanks, mister. I knew you'd help me again. The vines won't last forever. I don't suppose I can stay with you. Just till you find Mum and Pops. I won't be any trouble, I swear it.
Of course you can. Yeah, stay in the camp.
Oh, thanks. You're the best. So you send Mum and Pops there. I'll be waiting, hero man.
Nice. Whereabouts did those shadows go? They're still there? Yeah, they are. Do we have to worry about them anymore? Weave-bound vines. Vines crafted from the weave itself. Blimey. It's possibly druid magic, but possibly something else entirely. Back to the guild. So, we found not much up here. Ooh.
What's that?
A keyholed herald. Is that something we can pick? It's a difficult one. But we got the skills. And that brings us into a deeper section, a hidden section. Seems like the sort of place you might hide relics. There's a chest there.
That's curious.
And it's trapped, because of course it is. That's not a good roll. Oh my god, we did it though. I thought that was an also fail. Potion of gaseous form. Nice. We'll take these relics and move on. They're not relics, but they'll do. And we find a big old room. A meeting place, judging from those tables and whatnot. There's some strange noises about. Not thrilled with those. there we go. We've got a Wraith and a bunch of shadows. The Wraith is level 7, but so are we. Maybe it's fine. Perception failed. I don't like that. Let's see what's going to happen then. That's got an aura about it. A vile oblivion. That's not amazing. Maybe we should stay near this candelabra that we've lit. So, sunlight sensitivity. But we can't really get it in sunlight down here, can we? Nearby lights are extinguished in the presence of its roiling darkness. Okay, so there's probably not much point sticking near this torch that we've switched on. It's resistant to a lot of things. Immune to poison and necrotic. Resistant to fire, cold, lightning. All the elemental stuff, basically. And it's fairly resistant to that lot. So, radiant damage it is, I guess. You just stand about for now. Shovel. Don't think there's much you can be getting on with. Gale, though. Can you give it a guiding bolt? Give it a big guiding bolt. 52 damage on that crit. Yes, mate. That is exactly what we're talking about. That's the whole of what we're talking about right there. And then Shads leaves it on 1 HP because of course she does. A Sacred Flame would do it. But a Guiding Bolt would also do it. And that's got a 99% chance to hit. Needed 13 to hit, rolled 12. So did he just miss that 99% chance? He can't have done. Yeah, sod it. We'll use a blessing, because that Wraith needs to go first, I feel. And now we can all hang around by this light source, probably. Without too much bother. I don't know what that Wraith was capable of. I don't want to know. So there we go. Let's turn on that light as well. Does that cost us anything? It doesn't cost us a full action at the very least. So we can still stab that bugger. That one has managed to hit. So they can teleport into light areas by the look of it, as long as they start in darkness. That's interesting. Oh, we've discovered something. Oh, is it a little button? Nice. Yeah, they definitely don't like Radiant.
Making my move.
I think Sacred Flames are going to be the order of the day here, basically. Just lots of Sacred Flame. And stabs from Lae'zel. And claws from Shovel. Not enough movement. Little jump. Little jumpy jump. Nice.
What's that?
Worry about the button later, Gale. Although, why not? There's no enemies nearby. Let's press the button now, before we forget. I assume those other two shadows will make their way over in good time. I hope so, because we've kind of run out of enemies over here. There's one. That one's cold. So we'll just do a bit more waiting. What should we do with you? Just wreck you. Excellent. Now, where's that wraith? Down there, I guess. I don't think it's dropped anything because it looks like it's just a shadow vestige like the others were.
A happy, faded memory comes to you. A woman walking along a beach, holding hands with her husband-to-be.
Very well. So, the Mason's letter. Morfred helped build Moonrise Tower. Halfred warned him about the troubles ahead, and Morfred didn't listen. And they planned to infiltrate Moonrise and give him a good stabbing. So the Thorns were Selûnites, and then they turned to Shah after Ketheric's wife and then daughter both died. Very well.
Very well.
That's what I said.
Nasty surprise. Caution is warranted here.
And what have we in this here chest? Ooh. I think we've made that roll, probably. Yeah, we have. Guidance saves the day. And then we haven't picked up any keys, so I guess we're going to have to lockpick the bugger. That's easier than disarming the trap, though. And we find the Helmet of Arcane Acuity. Whenever you deal damage with a weapon attack, you gain Arcane Acuity, which gives you a bonus to your spell attack rolls and spell difficulty class for each remaining turn. Reduce the duration by 2 each time the entity takes damage. Interesting. We'll pick it up. I don't know how best to use it. That might be one of those things. There's a few things where people are like, yeah, just get arcane something or other, and then you'll be super OP. I don't know if it's Arcane Acuity or if it's the other one. But maybe that's worth hanging on to in case we need it. And in this hidden side room, we have a heavy chest and another heavy chest and not much else. Doesn't look like there's traps. Potions. And scrolls. Lovely. So I guess that was the Mason's Guild, and it's been fully explored. I suppose our next move should probably be finding Arabella's parents, because that seems like a pressing matter. But it is going to have to wait until next time, so until then, thanks for watching, friends. I'll see you soon.